Rent, the 2023 market data is here, and it's not a balanced market anymore. Where shall I go? What shall I do?
Frankly, my dear, I'd like to see that market data.
Hi, it's Dina Rich from Keller Williams Realty on South Padre Island. And yes, the seller's market that we've seen over the past few years is gone with the wind. Let's take a look at the data.
So let's look at the market data from 2023. We'll be using only data from South Padre Island, although we're seeing similar trends in Port Isabel, Laguna Vista, and Bayview. South Padre Island provides the largest amount of data, and usually more data is more accurate. So let's look at the monthly statistics. First of all, months of inventory. And you can see we are ending 2023 with 8 months of inventory, where we started the year with about half that at 4.1. Most people consider a balanced market to be anywhere between 6 and 8 months of inventory. Less than 6 months, it's a seller's market. More than 8 months, it's a buyer's market. Right now, we are just on the edge of a balanced market, but if trends continue, we could start to see a little bit of a buyer's market. Now let's look at the number of active listings. We ended the year with 165, which is more than we started the year with. We were up a little bit in the fall, but we had a little bit of a dip in December. And when we look at the quarterly stats, we may see the reason for that. Now let's look at the quarterly stats. These stats are from the last 4 years, pre, during, and post-pandemic. Months of inventory. Here again, we sit at 8 months of inventory. At the peak of the seller's market in 2021, we had a little more than a month of inventory, but we're still only 2/3 of the way from where we were back when the pandemic started in the first quarter of 2020. Now let's look at the number of active listings. We sit at 165, which is less than it was the quarter before. But I've noticed an interesting pattern in the quarterly stats. When you look at the second, third, and fourth quarter, we see this little hump. And we see it in 2023, we see it in 2022, and we see it in 2021. What I believe this is showing is that we have more buyers here during the summer, during the end of the third quarter, and those properties are purchased by buyers and they finally close during the fourth quarter. Finally, let's look at the bigger picture at the yearly stats. I have stats available as far back as 2015. So in months of inventory, again, here we sit at 8.0. Quite a difference between our seller's market of the past few years. But again, nowhere near where we were back in 2015 when we had almost 2 years of inventory. And our number of active listings throughout the year, we sit here at 165, which is more than the seller's market, but we used to have over 500 properties in our inventory back at 2015.
Sellers, if you've been thinking about listing your property, don't be like Scarlett O'Hara and think about it tomorrow. Start thinking about it today. Buyers, increased inventory means that perhaps prices may be coming down soon, and you'll have more properties from which to choose.